Tuli ne loop omukulu Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi mu Parliament olunaku olwaleero alabika nno akabizza omukyala Anita Mungi bw'agezezzaako okumugamba yeetereeze yeetondere eggwanga abantu bayisamu amaaso nabo balina abantu ababatuma mu Parliament okubakiikirira awamu n'okuleka ekitiibwa kya Parliament kino kibeere nga weekiri ate nga kyaluberera nti omunnange yamanyi nti yasimbye okuba Speaker wa Parliament era asuubira nti munnange tewali ayinza mugambako wadde omukwatako. Bw'atyo Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi n'amugamba nedda. Naffe tuli bantu, tuli bakulembeze, tulina abaatukiikirira nga nawe bwe baakulonda gye baakulonda olina okutuwa ekitiibwa nga naffe bwe tukikuwa. Teweefuula nnyo nti ggwe naggwano wa kuno, ggwe buli kimu wa kuno, era sipiika w'otali, Parliament tejja ttambula, emirimu gya Parliament gigenda kwesiba. Joel Ssenyonyi n'amugamba nedda, akajanjako olina okukawummuzaako n'okazza wali ku bbali, olwo eggwanga lyaffe neesigaza ekitiibwa ne Parliament neesigaza ekitiibwa. Si ggwe asoose ate era si ggwe asembyeyo. Kankwe ebigambo bya Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi ate nga agamba omukyala Speaker Anita Mungi yeddeko okuneeyisa gye yeeyisaamu n'ebikolwa by'ali mu kukola ebitali bya nsa era ebiraga nti ono ye aliwo okuttattana kitiibwa kya Parliament awamu n'ekitiibwa ky'eggwanga. Bino byonna bibadde wali ku Parliament olunaku olwaleero mu lutuula olw'okkumi n'omukaaga ng'ennaku z'omwezi 16 mwaka 2023.
You are Nambeshe, Honorable Nambeshe, because the thing is being resolved because of you people. You still have a long time. You're going to talk about the Rwanda. The issue of Nambole is a sorted issue. Let me hear from Lob. For me, I wish you were standing to speak about those taxes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I've got two quick procedural issues. One, vis-a-vis your communication. You mentioned last week we raised the concern of traders who did come to approach myself and a couple of other members of Parliament, raising several concerns. High taxes, the modus operandi of enforcement, FRIS, and so on. We discussed those issues here, and your guidance was that the Committee of Trade was going to process these matters and get back to us.
Trade and finance.
Yes, but there's an emergency situation currently, Right Honorable Speaker. Traders are on strike. Shops downtown Kampala are closed, in Masaka and other parts of the country. I think that even as we wait for the committees of trade and finance to process, would it not be procedurally right for the executive to talk to us about this situation? Because it has a huge impact on our economy. The traders are saying they're going to keep their shops closed until their issues are addressed. Last week, we were told the executive was going to meet them so they can share these concerns. That meeting has not happened, and so the strike is on, and they're unrelenting. Would it not be right for the executive to give us an update now, what they're doing? Because if we wait for the trade committee, and eventually they should get back to us, it might take quite a bit of time. The second issue, so they can be, you can rule on them together, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, last week, something bothered me in this house. One of our colleagues, the Honorable Ssenyonyi, stood to raise concerns about how commissioners sat in a meeting, shared money among themselves, and how money is used in this institution. And you, Right Honorable Speaker, referred to his submission as nonsense. I found that wrong. I found that unparliamentary, Right Honorable Speaker. And with due respect, I would like to ask you
whereas you found it wrong,
apologize and withdraw that statement, Right Honorable Speaker.
Whereas you found it wrong, whereas you found it wrong, there is something that is pending that is supposed to be that should be answered first. Where Honorable Kazo also made an allegation. If you want me to apologize to you, I know you're a very big person. You're a leader of opposition. I am sorry to you, the leader of opposition.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Actually, the apology wasn't just for me, but
No.
to the whole House, because, allow me to finish this in a minute.
No, I am apologizing to the leader of opposition. The House does not fault me for anything.
Thank you,
I don't-
Right Honourable
Does the House
Speaker.
fault me?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for that apology. You see, a few weeks ago, the Honourable Wakaima Msoke,
Honorable
He-
members, please listen. Let the Lord talk.
yes, Right Honourable Speaker, as I was saying, a few weeks ago, the Honourable Wakaima Msoke from Nansana did make a comment at the back off record. He was responding to somebody who said, made some remarks, and then he said, that's nonsensical. He was off record. And Right Honourable Speaker, you ordered him to apologize and withdraw the remarks, even when they were not on record. So my concern was that your submission of nonsense in reference to Honourable Ssenyonyi was on the Hansard, and it does not make us look good. In fact, I had expected that at the end of that session, perhaps you would address that matter, apologize and withdraw, and that's why I'm raising it now as a very serious concern, because people out there do watch us. They expect us to operate with decorum, but also, Right Honourable Speaker, as you keep reminding us, we have got to operate with decorum. So I was only imploring you to lead by example. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, leader of opposition, Mr. Sir. I am sorry. Can we hear from the traders? Minister of Trade?
Right Honourable Speaker,
Right Honorable Kimosho.
the Minister of Trade is
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in a bid to clean this house, the previous sitting, the Honorable Ssenyonyi complained that was trespassed by Honorable Kimosho and allegations of murder and land grabbing, which were not called for by that plenary. Right Honorable Speaker, by your guidance, the Honorable Kimosho was not in the house. And you guided that when he comes back, will substantiate over the matter. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm seeking your indulgence whether it is procedurally right, since the Honorable Kimosho is here in, and we can't leave such issues go on since they are tarnishing the image of this house and the parliament where I sit. Isn't it procedurally right that the Honorable Kimosho substantiate over the matter so that we fully clean up the image of this house, which is our blanket? Thank you.
Honorable members, I have an answered question of Honorable Dur, and I'm happy the Minister of Sports is here. Let's first get, before it disappears. No. Honorable Minister, there was a question from Honorable Dur. Honorable Dur, can you repeat your question?
Right Honorable Speaker, my question was that CAF regulations 2022 require that the host federation rights to request an inspection of a stadium not less than 75 days from match day. That is in Article 4 of the CAF regulations 2022. Our next schedule of home games are due on the 3rd and 10th of June, less than 40 days. So the question I was asking is for the Honorable Minister to confirm where, in which foreign country shall Uganda host its home games, given that Morocco, that had offered us a free venue, has received objections from one of the teams we are going to play against. The second set of the question was that the minister responsible for sports and I had disagreed on the statements he made when in Lira. And I was seeking your permission that you grant me permission to bring evidence to this house so that we watch what the minister said. And thereafter, as we had promised, either him or I would honor the gentleman agreement that we made on this floor of Parliament. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. First of all, yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me this chance, and I hope that means I will respond to this. Because I'm on a record in the Committee of Budget, stopping money for Nambole at that time. But I want the minister to come out clearly, to tell this house, and to go on record, whether in Nambole you are doing renovation or facelift. You should tell this house, because people might be impressed by what they are saying.
We have a report.
At the 80 billion. So inform this parliament whether you are having renovation or there's a facelift at Nambole. Thank you.
We have a report by to that effect from our visit. Yes, a clarification.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, yesterday when you were in Nambole, one of the revelations that came out from your interaction related to compensation. There is a gentleman called Fred Kakoza, who is in my law firm, claiming that actually a couple of people around have never been compensated. And that in itself also offends the CAF regulations regarding construction of stadia. That is an allegation out there, Minister, that you need to pay attention to and provide some clarification on the status of compensation around Nambole. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. So you're compensating them for building in their land or for encroaching in government land? Okay.
Madam Speaker, first of all, I would like to begin by thanking you for coming to check on the progress of the renovations of Nambole. Had they been expecting, I received formally the letter of the leader of opposition, and I was in Nambole waiting to receive the right honorable leader of opposition with you yesterday. But I want to thank you, Honorable Mathias Mpuga, Honorable Geoffrey Kanya, and other colleagues who came to check on the progress of the work so far done. I also want to confirm, as per last evening, the management of Nambole informed me that they had received the balance of the 17.7 billion, which we have been awaiting for the last 6 months. So, Madam Speaker and the Honorable House, want to thank you for the commitment we have all put in to ensure that the Ministry of Finance releases that money. To now answer the questions to begin with, I still want to go on record that through the Ministry of Education and Sports, we are the ones who facilitated the CAF inspectors to come and carry out inspection. Why? We are aware that the contractor has gone to the last phase of the renovation of the project. I want to thank them for identifying some of the areas which, as the ministry and as a client, we are working towards addressing those specific issues identified for purpose of us completing the works and the renovation of phase 1 of the project. Be specific to Honorable Seungu.
Tuli mu Parliament bwati Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi bwajja okubatereeza bwajja obbazaamu empisa anti mulowooza mulina nnyo empisa naye ate empisa nga teziriiwo. Baganda bange, mikwano gyange, oyo abadde omubaka ate nga yeropo waffe Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi ng'agezaako okutegeeza sipiika ensonga si masonga addemu ku mpisa bave mu kubba obubbi eggwanga ng'ate tebawa bantu kitiibwa. Tweyanza nnyo sipiika wa Parliament, tweyanza nnyo lupo waffe omukulu Honorable Joel Ssenyonyi, webale kusomesa, webale kulaga ggwanga, webale kutereeza buli kimu, webale kubeera musajja mugumiikiriza ayagala eggwanga lye ate atunuulidde okulaba nga Uganda ye etambula ng'egenda mu maaso. Tusiimye nnyo, tusiimidde ddala.